In this video series, we'll be looking at all the elements that make up the hire to retire process, all brought together via Access Workspace. One unified HRS platform, one connected team.
Okay, so a little bit about ATS. Our applicant tracking system allows HR professionals to get a snapshot and go in depth on all applicants and in the organization, post job vacancies online, track on progress and stages across all applicants, and so much more. You can handle pretty much all of your talent acquisition processes through the application, and each applicant will be saved within the ATS as well. So now let's head over to our ATS and have a look at one of our vacancies and show you how easy it is to configure. So in order to go into your ATS, it's located in the 9-dot menu on the top left-hand corner here. So the first thing that we're going to see is a quick snapshot and overview of all your applicants and your job vacancies. It shows you how many people you might have rejected and how many new applicants you may have within the system. But let's go into the vacancies tab and go a little bit more in depth on a state sales manager role that we've created a vacancy for. Once I click on this, I just want to head over and just show you how you can configure a vacancy within PeopleHR. So the first page that pops up is your vacancy details. Here you'll be able to put in details such as the name of the vacancy, the summary of the vacancy, and what department and what the job role is as well, and any reference codes that you might want to use. You can also set a closing date for each vacancy, so to ensure that there is a time limit between each vacancy when it comes to applicants. Next, you'll have your approver stage. Now, you can only have one hiring lead if you choose to, but what you can also do is you can set up job approvers or offer approvers in different stages of your vacancy as well. And I can show you how that pipeline looks in just a sec, and that's something that you can configure as well. But for example, if you have different people in your talent acquisition team that you might want to hand different roles to in relation to this vacancy, you'll be able to do that as well. Our next pane is our job information pane. Now within the job information pane, what happens is this is what the applicants will be able to see once they click on the link and have a look at the vacancy that is available as well. So from here, you'll be able to add any sort of details such as the salary range, what type of experience is required, and this is going to be applicant facing once you embed that link to your, say for example, your website or Indeed or Seek as well. Our questions pane, you can pretty much add as many questions as you'd like and have them to be mandatory or optional. And you can choose whether you want your resume and your cover letters to be mandatory to upload as well. Any application forms that you might want to upload, which could potentially be separate, you'll be able to upload through here as well. And then you can also pretty much edit and manage your questions through here as well. You can change the order in which in how you want the questions to be answered. This pretty much allows you to create a much better snapshot or a view of the, applicants that have answered the most amount of questions as well, which leads me to the scorecard pane. Now, the scorecard works in a way that, if you say, for example, have 50 applicants per week in your organization and you want to sift through the applicants quite quickly and you want to be able to see where the talent is between all of your applicants, you want to score them depending on how they've answered the questions within the application process. So, the applicant that spends the most amount of time to answer all of your questions, chances are they're going to be ranked a lot higher, and you'll be able to filter by those applicants as well through here. Your notifications pane, from here what you can do is you can set notifications for new applicants or new scorecards being filled in, and you can create and change the frequency as to how you want those vacancies to be viewed as well. So that pretty much gives you a quick snapshot of how you can create a vacancy within ATS. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to an applicant's perspective now on my phone and see it from a quite different lens, and that is from the applicant lens as we apply for this role. We will then show you how this translates over to our ATS. So I'm going to quickly start sharing my screen now. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I've received the link here and I'm just going to click on it. So say, for example, this link was viewed on our Seek website, and I've been able to see that there's a national sales manager role, and I like the look of this role, and I like the sound of it. I'm very qualified for this role. I want to hit apply and start the application process for the organization. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll down here and click apply for this job. Now, what happens then is a widget pops up where the PeopleHR widget pops up, as you can see, is mobile friendly and is formatted correctly for the use of mobile as well. So it's easier for people to answer questions and go through the necessary steps. So I'm just going to start typing in my name and my email. And then we also have a handy address finder here as well, which helps with any sort of manual error, and then your mobile number as well. And then we can see that the questions that we started building across during the vacancy details are popping up here as well. And you can see which questions are mandatory. So there's a little blurb there in the video about the company. Do you have a right to work to Australia? Yes. Yes. Click next. And then any sort of files that could potentially be mandatory for you to upload here as well. We'll click next. Okay, now we finished the application. Now that Joe has applied, we're going to go back to our administrator view and have a look at our applicant overview in this pane. In this page, we'll be able to select a vacancy and then be able to manage our different applicants as well. So I'm just going to quickly switch over to my administrator view now. Now that Joe has applied, we're going to go back to our administrator view and have a look at our applicant overview pane. In this page, we'll be able to select a vacancy and then manage all of our relevant applicants. You can accept, reject, or move the applicants through your recruitment pipeline categories. And from here, you can actually start the onboarding wizard. Let's show you how this can be done. So pretty much what we've done here is we're looking through all of our active vacancies, and each vacancy has a different pipeline or stage that you could potentially use. So as an administrator, we got notified that Joe has just applied, and from here we'll be able to see each stage and how many applicants are within each stage. Awesome. We can see that Joe's applied just recently, and now he's under the new applicant stage. From here, what you can actually do is you can launch the onboarding, but there's a few other things that we can actually do from here as well. So say, for example, you have about 20 or so applicants, but you've only accepted 2 or 3. You want to create a bulk action and maybe, for example, mass reject people or move them to a specific talent pool and send them a general email to let them know that if there's any other opportunities, we'll be sure to let them know. So what we can do from here is click on bulk actions. And from here, we can reject the applicants that we want to reject. Say, for example, we might want to select all, and then we can also add an existing template that we have available here as well that we want to send to those applicants. But for now, let's just cancel that. Just letting you know that function is available. So say, for example, Joe, has been passing with flying colors. He's been extremely great throughout the process. Let's move him to the successful after first interview. But now, second interview's passed, or the first interview's passed. It was great. We've offered him a job. He's accepted it, and we are getting Joe to start with us as soon as possible. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move Joe's name into the accepted phase. Now, the cool thing about PeopleHR is that it pre-populates all these fields, and now the onboarding wizard starts to pop up.
Want to learn more? Well, ask your account manager for other videos in this series, including onboarding, performance management, learning management, employee self-service, employee recognition, and how you can create custom forms and workflows, all using Access Workspace, one unified HRS platform, one connected team.